Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. Hope you guys are doing all right wherever it is that you are. Just a little bit of a reminder to continue to keep doing the good things. Keep setting aside, keep planning, keep preparing. Something to think about. All this crazy icy weather that we've had all over the deep south and the mid-south up into Tennessee. For those people who always say, well, when something bad happens, I'll go to my X, be it a bug out location or a retreat or a friend or a family's house, when something bad happens, could you have gotten there with all this bad weather, the ice and everything? Some could, some couldn't. Something to think about. Maybe make some allowances and accommodations for that problem. Go ahead and put that in a plan and have a solution to that. Something else. Somebody had talked about Rocco in the live stream had mentioned their apartment had lost water pressure because of out in the street something had frozen. And Tamara had mentioned something, a really good solution, and something we've talked about before, we think about, but it's good to redress it. Fill your bathtub up. Now, if you only have one bathtub in the house and people use that, it can be problematic, but fill your bathtub up, and that way you have water to flush your toilets, and that would be pretty good. You can also use one of those water bibs, that fits in the tub that every prepper is required to have by prepper law. I don't have one of those, by the way, but those are handy. Take all the garbage cans, fill them up with water, set them aside, and just throw your garbage. If you have a garbage can in your office or your bathroom, something like that, gives you enough water to flush the commode a few times at least. Think about that. I remember watching Cody Lundin when, or in one of his books, whenever you have a problem with water where you need to have water stored, basically something as simple as gallon Ziploc bags. Get a laundry basket or a cardboard box, fill them up with water, zip them shut, stack them in it vertically, and that works really well. When the problem is over, dump the water out and still use the bags. That's something to consider. And that's a cheap alternative. Props out to Cody Lundin, because that was a good tip. Think about that stuff. Make sure that you have everything set aside that you need for when this stuff comes up, when this stuff happens. Remember, while you may have all that food set aside, do you have a way to cook it that doesn't come from your stove, just in case the power does go out? Think about that. Generators, great to have. I got a couple of them. Fuel, make sure you have enough fuel to run them. The power inverters, whether you call them a solar battery or a solar generator, whatever it is that you like to call them, make sure you have enough to run your battery system. Remember, you can also use an inverter off of your vehicle. If your vehicle, if you have a good enough inverter, and you can buy them, they're about $175, clip onto your battery while your vehicle is running. That is the key. And you can use that with extension cords to run refrigerator, freezer, something like that. Not that you would have to do that much in a situation like this. Probably wouldn't do enough to run a heater, but you ought to have an alternative way to do that as well. Think about this. When your neighbors are cold and hungry, they'll come knocking. When their kids are cold and hungry, they might not knock. Take care of you people.